Welcome back to you, Pumpkin. You are a warm apple pie, aren't you? We are going to get a Rejuvenation Pump. That's what we're playing for. We are not going to get thrill and euphoria yet. Why? Why aren't we going to get that? I want it to happen. The answer is because of the weak soy boy cucks with rounded elbows and hunched backs. They want break even. That's the fast, simple answer for you. We have not rinsed the break-even people yet. We have not rinsed the people who aren't looking at their phone or their computer portfolio until it makes noise again in the crypto land. Then they check and they go, wait a minute, I put in 25 grand. Now I'm back up to like 23. And then what happens is it might go up to like 30K. And they're like, oh, sweet, it's going to come back. And then it comes back down to 20. And they're like, oh my God, I don't like this, man. This whole thing's a scam. And they get out. You see that? That's what we're playing for. That is what's coming next, okay? So what does that actually mean? What does that mean on a chart? It means the 61% and 50% retrace of the fib, the Fibonacci zone. So if you draw an extension, right? So you draw a fib from the top to the bottom using the fib tool. You draw it down. You get this distance here. And here is exactly 50%. Recovers 50% of the damage, okay? This is where you like almost have to sell first time, right? The 3,300 zone for Ethereum. That's Ethereum, friends, 3,300. But you're not guaranteed it goes there. You're almost always nearly guaranteed it goes to the 50% zone, 2,800. And then if you're holding out for 3,300, it's going to be tough. Why? If too many people are holding out for 3,300, then the 50% is the top. You need, at 50%, friends, you need people to believe, everybody to believe in the all-time high. So you can get this, so you can get out. You see how it's very, very tough to do that? That's why if you trade indicators, it's okay, but you got to screw it up because you're going to sell by the time it does another minus 10%. But you get the point now. You can see that it all comes down to the weakness. Are there people still left to sell? Yes. The break-even people. That's why I call it the Rejuvenation Pump. Rejuvenation's great, but it ain't euphoria. The Rejuvenation Pump is going to mark the next hope and disbelief cycle rinse. If you remember, and I know you do remember, friends, and I love and appreciate every single one of you, but if you go back to all my videos, I said in the previous bear market, and this is what happens, okay? In the cycles, there is hope and disbelief rinsed. That is what we actually sit and we go through when you see this. You see, we go up disbelief and it goes just high enough to give you hope. Then you get disbelief again. Like, oh, this rally is going to fail like all the others. No! Again, you see that? Hope. And then SEC comes, by the way, here. Disbelief. Oh my gosh, SEC is going to take us to zero. Then this was the Roca Negra ETF filing right here, that pump. Then we come back Rectember. Oh my God. See how in disbelief we're like, this September is going to be red just like all the others. And then no! See what I mean? That's the cycle, friends. You see that? One. So I'm going to mark it for you. Look at this. How many times rinsed? 1, 2, 3. Now we're moving to the 4th. I'm hoping this continues to the break even. And everyone's like, I'm so hopeful that we break the all-time high. Oh, we're never going to make it. That's maybe what might happen, okay? And then something happens like, oh, we're actually going to moon again. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to keep rinsing. How many times? You don't really know, friends. You could guess. It could be 2 times. It could be 3. It could be 5. Then now we're on 3. We're going into the 4th. How much times did we do it in the last cycle, if you're curious? Let's go back to the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle. I mean, there are a lot. There was, look at this, there was 1, there was 2, there was 3. So, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3. Depends how you look at it. It's hard to grasp, but it's more a function of time as well. You need the time. So it's not the number of counts of this cycle rinsing. Hope and disbelief, hope and disbelief. Just to remind you as well, where's that hope and disbelief come from? Of course, it's coming from the Wall Street cheat sheet, which is right here. I made many videos on this. I made all the videos a year ago. And January this year, in February, I made so many. I told you, I made so many videos that you like, subscribe, belly button on all to. I mean, even if you type in hope and disbelief, I'm sure there's going to be so many results coming up. Oh my gosh, here we go. Hope and disbelief. Hope and disbelief. 8 months ago. The next 12 months of crypto. See this face? See? Hope and disbelief. Your crypto will get rinsed. What we expect from crypto in 2023 and what to expect. Disbelief and hope. See? See, friends? I'm telling you. Hasn't this whole the whole year's been like that? Oh my gosh, we're finally out of the bear market. Oh, we're crap. You see, over and over again. I want to give you good news. Just being honest with you. We got some suckers with us. That's it. We got weak hands. The break-eveners. The break-eveners are hope. They're like, oh, now that I'm finally break-even, I hope it keeps going up. But no, actually, it's got to sack them down to reality again. Trust me, friends, there are a lot of break-eveners, okay? There's a lot of break-eveners. And look, I hate to say it, all right? But I've got to say it. It's also possible Michael Chad Saylor is going to be tainted with his name in this cycle. It's possible MicroStrategy, yeah, their CEO, that new Asian dude, he might be dumping. And they might say, no, it's not dumping, it's this or that. We had to like pay off bills. It's not really because we want to, it's because we have to. You see what I mean? That might be coming next. I hope they leave it to the bull market. But I mean, that's just something you got to think about. Give you an early warning sign, all right? Don't believe anyone. It's markets, friends. It's markets. Don't forget how we all got here. We all got here because you believe the Bitcoin price had no top because the US dollar had no bottom, didn't you? And everyone got their bums handed to them. Do you want to win, friends? Because I'm here to win, all right? I don't know about you. Because I can easily call for Bitcoin 300K. I can make very nice fundamental fake pieces of reports. Oh, Hex is going to $2.90 in the next 2024. I can make so many of those, okay? But I don't. Why? Because I don't want to be a fraud. Because I see too many signs here. Listen to my earlier juicy news. I told you, man. I played for you my audio recording from 2020. All right, I was telling everyone, you got 7 days to get the F in Ethereum. I was calling up family members. I'll go, you know what? If this goes to zero from here, I've lost all my family, all my friends, everything. And I was saying in public chat rooms, we don't have that feeling yet. I want us to have that feeling yet. We don't have that feeling yet. But we're getting closer. Don't forget, the top of the Rejuvenation Pump will probably contain people cheering for Bitcoin to go all-time high. So don't get yourself caught into that. I know you won't. I know you won't. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful we can see this ahead of time? Just think about it for a second, friends. Look at this. When I came in, I was like, man, I wish someone could teach me how to see things. Not like, oh, listen and watch it, and how to actually see targets that no one else can even think of. Well, to do that, you got to train first. How do you train? You start playing around with these little scenarios. Oh, where are we going to go in the next 3 to 6 months? Where are we going to go this year? That's how you start training for that. Because look, you know what these friends, you know what the copers are doing? The copers, they don't learn from history and stats. They learn nothing. They say, oh, golly gee, okay, my best chance of making it is long-term spot DCA, go all in. Okay, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to keep day trading every 6 days, rotate every month, etc. All right. I want to be like the next king, Drunken Miller, and all the other big macro greats. They're going to get their bums handed to them too. All right. So I'm teaching you, if you want to get the big home run targets, who hits home runs, friends? You know who hits home runs? Warren Buffett. The other great investors, the people who got in Bitcoin early, they see things in the future. But to see, you got to open your eyes first. This part is opening your eyes. How do we open our eyes? Well, we're like, you know what? If Ethereum gets to 2,800 and I'm seeing everyone call for 3,300, that's not good because that means there's no more juice left. You understand? But if we're at Ethereum 2,800, the red marquee, red arrow, and people are calling for all-time high or 6K by the end of 2024, we're like, I wonder if there's a bit more juice to go up left to fake everybody out. That's the type of mentality you've got to have when you're playing this game. Now, you don't take necessary punts in the short term, but you train your eyes and your ears and your soul to start absorbing this information. That's why that's why we do these. You're constantly like flexing your muscle. Because, you know, friends, your edge is only like 1%, man. It's like everyone sees the same information. Everyone knows, okay, Roca Negra ETF. Okay, interest rates. We can all see the same things. But there's a distribution of people who are cucks and who aren't cucks. People who are going to make it. So you know that, man. You know the distribution of people, right? You know the distribution of people, friends. How do you constantly be here? Let me tell you something. If you keep clicking buy and sell every week, every month, every 60 to 90 days, guess what? You're definitely not in the top 1%. Not even close, friends, because you're clicking too many times. You're losing to slippage. You're losing to the fees, the swaps, the timing, all of these. There's just so many things that can go wrong. You click enough times over a 24-month period, you start shifting to the left here. You become a full-on mid-curver. Impossible to keep making it. Only the top 1% make it. That's it. How else do you be in the top 1%? You go, well, you know what? I know everybody plays the game in here, so I'm going to sit in long-term spot DCA. That's what you end up doing. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done because how tough is it to sit through those freaking red candles and you got to listen to me saying, hey, man, I know it sucks right now, but it's going to be better in 6 years. You know how that sounds like? It sounds like gambling. 6 years. But it's the truth. All right. That's why I'm telling you, we haven't rinsed the break-even soy boys yet. Their time is coming soon. And I don't mean, okay, they take out for losses. I mean, the market comes back here. Okay, the market comes back and they look at their portfolio. They're like, remember that crypto thing I bought into 2 years ago? Well, it's letting me out for a break even. And what they'll do is they'll ask their friends. I know this because I get asked. They say, hey, crypto's looking good, man. And everyone's like, yeah, we might hit 10,000 Ethereum dollars in the next 12 months. I'm going to say that, by the way, because it might happen, right? But what they're going to do is they are going to use that information as hope. So what happens is, as we go up, friends, what's everyone's forecast? They go, oh, wow, we're going to do this. That's the dotted lines of forecast. But instead what happens is now something comes out. You see this poop zone here, right there, that poop zone? That poop zone is where you rinse the break-even soy boys. That's the poop zone. They get back to around break-even, minus 20% at break-even or plus 20% or 30%, and then they keep holding. But then there's another scare. Stock market drops, recession, more interest rate hikes. Something comes out that they just could, like, you never told me this unforeseen circumstance would happen. And I'll say, yes, I did. Shut up and hold, man. I said unforeseen stuff always happen, but everyone calls them a black swan. They're not black swans. Go look up what a black swan is. We knew Middle East always fights. We knew the interest rates go up. We know there's a big debt problem. We know that corrupt SEC is a piece of poop. We know all these, man. We've known these for years before they happened. It's not a black swan because they happen now. If the stock market crashes 25%, that's not a black swan. It's programmed into the stock market odds. But people will take on that word, black swan, and they'll say, I got to get out. It's a black swan. It's different this time. The cycle's over. That's okay. See that rinsing? That's what we need, friends. We haven't done that yet. We've got to be honest with ourselves. We have not got anywhere near close to that yet. When it comes, you'll know. I'll be yelling from the rooftops again, saying the soy boys are out. The soy boys are out, friends. We're getting the soy boys out. So you're going to know, friends. Trust me, you're going to know. You're going to know. Like I mentioned, the time coming soon. Now, I mentioned this. This is not guaranteed, but I'm just saying, hopefully, your coins, our coins, all of us, hopefully they return to the 50% retrace zone. In previous crypto bear markets, most coins didn't. Not even close. Okay. And you want to know what's even shocking? So I'm not going to just tell this to you, friends. I want to show you this. All right, this is why the game is really hard, man. The game, I'm telling you, friends, the game is hard. It's freaking like a lottery ticket. Okay, it's literally like a lottery ticket. Okay, I'm going to show you Cardano. Now, Cardano was a big winner in the bull market, right? You're like, wow, you went up a lot, didn't you? You went up from the low. Cardano Went up an enormous 161 times your money. Wow, 161x. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, it is beautiful. But 161x, isn't that fantastic? Here's the thing. You put on a regular chart, you get to see the truth. The truth is, okay, what I'm going to do, friends, is I'm going to draw a Fibonacci from Cardano 2017. We hit $1.30 all the way to the low. And look at this. Its 50% retrace was 66 cents. Now, if you look at this, let's look at this zone so you can actually see, okay? Look at this zone. Look, before Bitcoin broke the all-time high, so Bitcoin was breaking its all-time high here in December. Cardano was nowhere near 60 cents. You see that? Cardano was like 13 cents. Right, November, December, look, Bitcoin had broken the all-time high. Cardano was 15 cents. So if you're looking at this chart, you're like, oh my gosh, Cardano might not do well because it hasn't even recovered half of its damage yet. Okay? By the way, that's not even the 50% retrace zone. That's 38%. It needed to go all the way up here. It needed to go bang. But Cardano was a special case. Why? Because it did exactly that. Do you see? Look how fast it went up there. Bang. Okay, now we're on. And Bitcoin was still just had broken, it broken the all-time high within a month. So if you want to give yourself a condition, the condition would be this. When Bitcoin breaks $69,000, you better hope that your coin in the next 45 days is at least above its 50% retrace. So that is the emergency. I know it feels like 69K is such a long way to go here, but when we're looking at coins, you know, we got Hex and Chainlink and everything else. That's what we actually need to see, and it's non-negotiable. You're not going to get something that's dead forever and then is able to pop up and have some sort of run. It's you need a god hand to move money in, real big money. Okay. Now, so at least you understand what we're dealing with, because yeah, I want everything to go up, but it'll be nice if you have things that show a sign first. That's why, I mean, I'm watching Chainlink. It'll be nice if Chainlink just continues and shows us that it's possible, right? So Chainlink's got to get to the $25 zone. It's $50 to the top. Yeah, around $28 zone. Chainlink's got to get to around this price here. Will it get there? You know, Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX, they got to move as well. But, you know, at least you got a clearer grasp now on expectations. It's not guaranteed. We believe they're guaranteed. We believe, okay, you know, Pulse Chain, PulseX, Hex is real. DeFi has 180 content creators. We want them to happen, but nothing's guaranteed at all. That's why if you do the hard work, which is what we did, you did your research. If you can, even adding $100, friends, even adding $100 when something's going to go up 30x, man, that's $3,000 every time you do that. You know, I know a friend out there, all he can afford is $100 a week, right? And he's like, oh man, is it even worth it? I'm like, bro, $100 a week. You've been doing this for 12 weeks. In the future, that's going to be 12 weeks in a row. You withdraw $3,000, 3K, 3K for 12 weeks in a row, man. That might be a holiday for yourself just off your DCAs. Or that might be your entry into something else bigger. You know what I mean? Another 5x later on. That's how it all grows. That's how you snowball yourself. But it all starts from that hard work. That's why I have the vision. I can tell you the vision. But we are bear market kings, friends. At the end of the day, that's what you want to be. You don't want to be a bull market king. You know why? Because they're all frauds. Because they're all trash people. Bull market people, like what they're doing, they're buying and they're shitting to everyone else and they're dumping on everyone. Okay, that's scum. Because all these new people are coming in, and those new people coming in, they're eventually going to turn on them. They're going to feel angry and despair, just like we are. Just like the people you know now, right in this zone. It's everyone hates 2021 people, don't you? Yeah, it's the same thing's going to repeat again. The cycle's going to repeat again. But who won? So people just bought in the depression because you're not worried about the final 2 to 3x, even though you want it. Right? You don't need it. You know who needs it, friends? It's the people coming late. People who buy Chainlink at $30, for example, they can't afford it to stop at $80. It's a 2 point. They can't afford that. It needs to go to $200 for them. The people who buy Hex, combined Hex at 20 cents, or Pulse 10x higher or PulseX 10x higher, the people who buy those, right? So, you know, you're buying combined hex, for example, at 20 cents up here. This is the E-hex, right? But combined hex will be up here. You can't afford it to stop at 45 and come back down like that. You can't afford that. Mentally, financially, not at all. You need it to go to $2. You need your 20-cent buy to be 10x. Your brain, it needs to feed you dopamine when you're listening to people telling you, yeah, man, this is going to $2 or $3 or $4. Sweet. It's programmed in. Right? And your brain also, to protect yourself, those types of people, they need, when they come across my channel, they need to say, I'm a scammer, I'm a cuck, or whatever it is they're going to just accuse me of, right? The brain needs to do that because, like, hey, man, we're trying to make it. You can't be listening to these people who are saying the party's over and you're actually exit liquidity. Because you can't swallow that, man. How can someone live with themselves knowing that they're literally, right, literally me, holding up a buy Bitcoin sign has been telling you to accumulate this thing for freaking 18 months, every single day, every hour of the day for 18 months. And now when it's finally starting to go up, I'm telling you, well, guess what? You know how I said it's going to be over super fast? It might actually be over super fast. You're actually exit liquidity. There's no way people are going to listen to that. What are you going to do, friends? I'm a man of, I've got some morals, some responsibility here, and I don't like scum. So I'm not changing my targets at the top. All right, go F yourself. I'm not changing my targets at all. We can see the target that no one else can see. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Tell mom and dad. Exit liquidity is coming. And for once, we're going to be using them. Catch you in the next one.